Is my balance better, by the way? I know I talk really quietly. It's really hard for me to get into the yellow for my talking without really blowing things out. I'll bump my mic up a little bit too. Alright, maybe that'll be better. Alright, alright. Can you hear everything now? Including myself, and is the game not overpowering me because I am very quiet? Alright. Okay. Yeah, it'll be, since we're gonna do this by actual timing, I will let you know, because it starts at character control, because we're old school here. So let me go through the tutorial first, and then I will let you know when to count down, alright? Alright. It's gonna yell at me because I don't want to save. I don't have memory card in because I don't want to save. Alright. And I'm gonna give you a countdown in 3, 2, 1, go! I should turn my sound up on my TV so I can hear the game. Anyway, what I was saying when I was muted was, hello, this is Silhouette Mirage. This is the any percent US version of the run. If you watched my run at SGDQ about almost 2 weeks ago now, that was the Saturn version run. This is going to be different. Basically the same game, but thanks to Working Designs, they made a lot of changes to the mechanics of the game to make it harder. Although in some cases it's easier. Like here, Working Designs change number 1, I only have to get 300 money. And I'm gonna have to fight some of the dudes up here. In the Japanese version, you need to get 600 money. Please drop money, thank you. So this is the basic sort of running gun platformer by Treasure. Mischief Makers, Gunstar Heroes, Dynamite Heady, Sin and Punishment, Ikaruga, those sorts of games were made by Treasure. This kind of came out in the same year as Mischief Makers, and actually uses a lot of the same sound effects and such from that as well. Yes, also Working Designs changed obviously as they dubbed the game, so replaced all the voices, all the Japanese voices with their own English cast. So the big gimmick thing of this game is there's two sides. Your Silhouette Mirage. Mirage is the red, pink color, and Silhouette is blue. And you can only destroy enemies when you're firing on the opposite color than what you currently are. When you are on the same color, you will drain their spirit. And by drain, in this version, I mean Working Designs change number 3, you absorb it into yourself. Because of Working Designs change number 4, when you fire your weapon, you lose spirit. That does not happen in the Japanese version. And that is why, in this version, this level 6 Sorosa that I just bought from the secret shop is the only viable weapon for the US version speedrun. The Japanese version can use either this or one of the other weapons, and be just fine because there's no spirit loss from firing weapons in that game. And this guy, both of these guys spawn. Sometimes you can make those guys not spawn, or like there'll be a sprite limit, something, I don't know. Anyway, we're here for our first boss. Yeah, they're lifting their dress to attack. They do that. They hide guns under there. Okay, he did that. That's okay though. He usually doesn't do that when you juggle me because you don't have a lot of iframes. So here's the first boss, here's the second boss, and it's not gonna be nice. Come on, do a Gatling attack, please. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna shove you off the edge then. Jump back up. Cool. So Working Designs change number 5. This version defaults to hard difficulty, unlike normal. So one of the changes that hard difficulty has is all those neutral type walkers have more HP. And also all neutral type shots reflected from you, because you can reflect same color shots back at your enemies. the reflected shots do more damage. There's a few bosses that go faster because of that. So here's Bug, another boss fight. The special thing about the level 6 Sarosa weapon is you can just hold down the square button and it'll auto-fire, so it saves a lot of mashing. Although, if you mash fast enough, you can actually get a higher rate of damage going than if you're just holding it down. No Shake Shake, we're gonna hear a lot of Power Punch. That'll come later.
Do your best, and I'll see you again soon.
So area 1, kind of just a kind of a tutorial area here.
Warning system activated.
Moving on to area 2, you might notice there's a background layer missing. That is just because the PS1's graphics weren't as powerful as the Saturn version, so they had to drop some stuff like the extra background layer in this stage. That's between both versions of the PS1, both Japanese and US. So you're just clearing out more of these scrub enemies that are now on motorcycles. I'm going to be doing this crouch dash move a lot. I'm sorry for your ears, because that is the fastest way of movement. Can I stand up, please? Thank you. And it also, you know, does some damage to enemies when you're going through them.
You shall become the rust of my sword.
Enemy power status critical.
Right, that was Nardo. He always starts that fight with a wave attack that you can just reflect in his face and do basically half his health and damage, and then just grab him, punch him, put him in the corner. And as you can see there, I walked. I actually moved off the lamppost so I could walk into this cutscene just to demonstrate that if you drop straight down and then dash, you can dash into this cutscene. We don't know why. I think we're missing some trigger that makes you turn to walking instead.
Go easy on me.
So I just did it just to show that off there, in case that is a glitch, and this is a this is no glitches allowed. We can't glitch, but we can throw Zohar into the ground over and over as we shoot them in the face. Yeah, if you take too long in the Nardo fight, because if you're playing casually, this game is actually pretty darn hard. It took me a long time to beat it as a kid when I had it. If you take too long in the Nardo fight, the background people in the apartment buildings will start throwing those items at you, and they do neutral damage. The special thing about neutral damage, could you stand still? Thank you. The special thing about neutral damage is it does both HP and spirit damage. And the lower your spirit is, the less bullets you're going to be firing on screen. After under 200 spirit, you're going to lose your auto fire as well. Here's another walker. We're going to lure it off to the side here. And these walkers are really dumb in this version, and will walk all the way to the edge, allowing you to push them off really easily. In the Japanese version, they stop like right about here. And straight into another boss here.
I smash you like tiny puppy.
And we're gonna hope that... Oh, okay, not only did he punch me, but he jumped back onto his truck. We don't like that, because now he's invulnerable until he goes back. I'm gonna just dodge his two colored attacks there and get back in his face. Alright. That rarely happens. And loading screen, that doesn't exist in Saturn version. And we're on to the giant gun boss. Power Punch is kind of like Falcon Punch. She punches with her hair. If you don't notice when I'm grabbing stuff, I think she grabs with her hands and punches with her hair. 2, 3, 4. 4 bullets. So for this boss, this is a big old neutral boss. We need to shoot the blue bullets that are walking on the screen so that it only loads pink ones. Oh, it did that backwards. Okay. it does that sometimes. Because another change from the difficulty is there's 2 duds in there. That's not gonna be good. 4 again. Another change with the difficulty is that this gun loads its it rotates its chamber a lot faster. Oh, that's really good. 2-round gun's really good. So between that and the stronger knockback from reflected shots, it's very easy to rotate the gun backwards and miss stuff. Now, I hope you like anime, because this boss is anime. A giant flying catgirl fish named Dynamis. Her legs itch, wherever her legs are. She likes candy very much, and she wants you to buy her flowers. So she's what's known as a guardian angel. They're like the big bosses being sent after to kill you, because you're the protagonist and gotta have your enemies. Is she being really nice? She's being really nice today. We're gonna destroy her right here, because every tentacle destroyed does 40 damage to her health bar. And that's how you beat Dynamis really quickly.
I like flowers very much.
She can dive underneath the train, and you can't do damage because there's no tentacles out. Yeah. Why catgirl? She says yeah when you hit her. And she has the catgirl face. The little three mouth.
Be careful. Remember, how's on your trail now?
Alright, we're heading into Area 3 here. We're on top of this giant castle.
Let's go.
The trick on this screen is to not go to the left, because then the people in the back are going to start throwing stuff at you. You just want to stay right here, shoot these guys. We can't hit the guys in the back, so they don't care for the screen unlock. And once we finish... Oh, that's cool. I like flew in the air. Once you finish those guys, go up to the top. And I need to stop shooting randomly, because I lost a little spirit there that I probably really didn't need to miss. I played the Saturn version for like a month before SGDQ, so I got really used to that version and then had to derust this one, even though, like, it feels the same. Pretty much everything else is the same about it, just the, the control layout's slightly different, but the whole... I can't just jump around and shoot my weapon, because I will lose spirit, and at 300 spirit, you have kind of an extra level that's not shown on the bar, where, as you can see, my, when I crouch dash, my aura is, like, really big, and my reflector is going to be really big at 300. And I think there's slightly more bullets on screen when you fire as well, so... The trick on this is to just keep going very far ahead of the wheel, and the screen won't lock, and then you can just finish this really quickly. So don't want to crouch dash here, because I gotta do a little, bloop, like that. Get to this screen, it'll lock, and turn around. Because here's Pablo, and he lives in this castle. This whole castle all by himself. He's pretty friendly. He's going to give us a present. I hope it's not HP. It was HP. Okay. And now you get to see the special glitchless version of this fight. I'm just going to shoot at him. And dodge the attacks. And also going to get there and there. So normally... We're not sure if this is a glitch or a bug or something, but it doesn't happen in the Saturn version, and I don't remember if it happens in the Japanese version. But if you grab Pablo, throw him into the right-hand corner, he'll stop attacking. And you can just stand there and shoot him in the face.
Let's go.
So, otherwise you do have to dodge attacks like that, so I didn't do that for you because this is no glitch, this is allowed. And I don't know if that's a glitch or not, so I'm gonna play it safe. So they don't, put the cane in around my neck and pull me off stage here. Alright, here's the smiley face from Heck. He's also a guardian angel, and what we need to do with him is turn the little smiley face blue or red. Blue is preferred. And then his body will appear and you'll be able to do damage to him. do that twice, it always takes 2 cycles. You can't speed it up, because at half HP, he will disappear again. If you do turn him red, he has a homing laser attack that's really annoying because, again, you don't have iframes, and it'll juggle you, so we go for the giant beam that he gets when turned blue. And now that's the end of Area 3, or is it? Because normally when you beat an area, it doesn't let you save. There's no save prompt. That's also a change in the PS1 version in general. You can save. The Saturn version you can't save in. It's one and done.
I wonder how many seconds you'll last this time.
Alright, and here's Zohar 2. Same as before. Slam him in the ground. Shoot him till they're dead. The trick to that is I just kind of watch the animation and I kind of have a feeling of how long they'll be staying on the ground. After I start shooting them, it's like 1 to 2 seconds after the bounce, and then I'll grab them again and throw them back down, just so they don't break out of the juggle there. Zohar flies around a lot, which is why it's important to do that juggle strat, because you'll be chasing them down, and they can switch sides, and then you have to switch sides as well, and it gets kind of annoying there. Here we got another cutscene showing off Delia and his butler Samson. And they were just, going to work when we landed on top of their car. And Samson, he's not very smart, so he's just seeing what's going on up top because Delia asked him to, and now we have to fight him. Because we don't want to get off his car, we want to go to the same place too. Or something like that.
Watch where you're driving, idiot!
So every good speed game has an auto-scroller. This is the auto-scroller. At certain HP thresholds, the car will turn like this, and you have to wait through the turning sequences before you can start fighting the boss again.
Watch where you're driving, idiot!
Yeah, this isn't... If you guys don't know how to drive, don't use this as an example. I highly recommend, however, if you're learning how to drive, to watch the Parappa the Rapper driving segment, because that teaches you how to drive. This does not teach you how to drive.
Watch where you're driving, idiot!
So you can kind of sneak under the HP thresholds a little bit by if he's out doing an attack, when it passes it, you can sometimes get a little bit more damage on him. But roughly, it's like every 5th of his bar, kind of, sort of. This is going to be at 250, I know that much. So 250, or 244, because I hit him one more time. But 250 is the final turn here. And now I'm going to shoot till he's at 50 HP. Or 58. Oh, okay, it did it there. It's been doing that early sometimes. I had it happen where it did it at 100, but there's that jump where the car jumps down that locks it into never turning again. Because it has to be facing right for the stage to end. So, we beat him. I'll just say, yeah, Delia has probably one of the best voices in the game. You'll be hearing more of him shortly. So here we have a hallway with both colors of enemies in it. And I'm gonna hope that I don't soft lock. Over here, because there's one more wave of guys coming from the ceiling. So the way this can soft lock is, if an enemy gets stuck running off screen and the game doesn't despawn it, then it doesn't think you defeated all the enemies and it just kind of makes you sit there. But no soft lock. Hey, I didn't get it, therefore there's no glitch. And here comes Faust, another boss fight.
Surprise!
He does Shadow Puppetry, and we're just gonna hope he stands in the corner and doesn't move around a lot.
Enemy power status critical.
Perfect. Okay. He's afraid to, like, jump over you, I think. So if you can just stand in front of him, he usually won't jump around you. He has a lot of different shadow puppets he can use. There's a giant dragon, there's a giant laser beam, there's a tank, there's I think there's like one more, but I don't remember. Alright.
Let's make
I'm gonna fight this big old bunny girl. Oh no, wait, she's just behind a sign there. Oh, I didn't get it. Okay. There's a trick you can do there where you can juggle her in the air repeatedly, and she'll never do the slots attack here. But we'll sit through the slots. I think the flinch, her flinch stat... Okay, I probably could have slammed her to the ground there instead of shooting her, but whatever. Her flinch stat feels a little bit higher in this version than in the Japanese version, so it's a little bit harder to do that juggle. And then you always get one spin at the end here, no matter what. I don't want HP. Those little drops are 10 HP, so it's not too bad, but... So why do I talk about HP? We'll get to that in the next stage, because right now, you know, I was clothes shopping or something, and now we're at soup. It's all soup. I'm at soup. And there's this guy in the back that's sniffing the soup.
For the king. More.
And we need to punch things into the soup to make the soup smell bad, so when he sniffs it, he takes 8 points of damage. He always takes 8 points of damage, no matter what. No matter how many bubbles he sniffs, no matter how many times he sniffs it, 8 damage every time.
More.
Which is unfair, because if he sniffs any pink bubbles... Please sniff. You're like not sniffing. When he sniffs any pink bubbles, it gives him as much spirit as like how many bubbles he sniffs. It's kind of unfair.
Oh dear Lord, that's terrible.
So you'll be hearing Power Punch a lot.
Oh dear
You'll be hearing his voice clips a lot. So his moves include sniffing, obviously. Just saying that he wants more, which does nothing. He can throw salt into the soup, which will turn it back to neutral. And if he gets to 100 spirit, he will do a giant nose beam attack. That just wastes time because we'll just have to reflect it. It doesn't do any damage reflecting, we're just reflecting it to not take damage ourselves. So this is essentially an auto-scroller with a lot of RNG to it. Do those even count? See, all those bubbles that just went by, he didn't sniff any of them.
Oh dear Lord, that's terrible.
It doesn't make any difference if I, you know, flipped sides a bunch or if I had a weapon that could reach over to the other side, because usually my rate of punching guys into the soup is enough that the guys on the other side tossing things in doesn't really matter. I should have waited through that guy. If I had 300 spirit, then I would be able to hit those guys on the side just from that extra like little boost 300 spirit gives to you.
More.
So chat, what's your favorite kind of soup?
Oh dear Lord, that's terrible.
There's this one of those heat meat Campbell's soup. I think it's Campbell's. One of like artisan ones. It's a kickin' crab corn chowder. If that counts as a soup, I like that one. But otherwise, you know, good old chicken noodle is pretty good. Mushroom soup is very good as well. French onion, especially if you can get it with like all the cheese and the bread on it. Something to dip in it, maybe. Very good soup. Mushroom cream cereal. Cereal, that's a good soup. Cereal is soup, Pop-Tarts or ravioli.
Dear Lord, that's
Chicken
terrible.
wild rice, very good too.
More, more, more.
Please sniff, you have 4 HP left. Thank you.
I underestimated the power of soup.
Never underestimate the power of soup.
I did it!
Lobster bisque, those are good. My stomach does not like them though. Too much shellfish. And that is a lot of concentrated shellfish in like butter, so. If you define soup as a liquid base with solid pieces in it, then yes, cereal is a soup.
Do your best, and I'll see you again soon.
Dogs do like soup. I'm pretty sure there's like a line of there's at least a line of cat food out there. So I am probably sure there's a line of dog food out there that's like dog soup that you can buy for your dog and give it soup. But you know, making your dog soup, that'd be really nice. Please save the dogs. So here's a giant, two-headed goat, sheep, snake dragon. I don't know why I said dragon. Goat, sheep, snake. There's no dragon in here.
Not so fast.
We want to run to the right because there's only one text box here. In the Japanese version, you run to the left because there's one text box there.
Sorry about this. Nothing personal.
Cheesecake is a cake. It's in the name. So the special thing about this level is both of the bosses inside the goat, sheep, snake's guts are neutral type. So first is the spider.
Reflector! Reflector!
Oop, I was backwards there. I was backwards there again.
Enemy power status. Reflector!
Please?
Reflector!
Okay. I was mashing so hard that I kept hitting down twice and crouch dashing by accident. That guy goes down in only 3 hits in this version due to the increased neutral damage. And now for the worst boss in the game. I hope you like bosses that are entirely random.
Witness our power, microbe. Red ram. Red ram. Red ram. Red ram.
Don't juggle me too badly. Let me get over
Red
here.
ram.
Reflector!
Attribute.
Of course
wave.
he does that. Of course.
Damage. 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 Attribute. Wave.
That was a pretty good start.
Red ram.
And then he started doing stuff again.
Red ram. Red ram. Red ram. Red ram.
Alright, my spirit is low, which is okay. My HP is low, which is good. I do want to die before the end of the next boss fight. And that is to avoid a different boss. There's a secret boss that you encounter if you have not died,
Red ram. Red ram.
and that wastes like 30 seconds. It takes less time to die than it does to skip that boss.
Damage.
Reflector!
Red ram. Red ram.
Reflector!
So this guy can create new enemies with his little bombs. He can do this giant grenade attack and hopefully stay. Ooh!
Attribute
That was really
wave.
good. Next, one more hit. One more. Okay, don't move, dude.
Damage.
Thank you. I call that a good Yono division.
Power depleted.
And my spirit is
Initiate
kind of low for the
self-destruct
next
mode.
fight, but I can just absorb from the enemies he tosses out, and I will die anyway, so I will get full spirit back from a death. So the strategy for that fight is just hope that he does that grenade attack, and he's like in the corner or something, and he doesn't move after you reflect all of them, and then you can just take stacks of damage on top of it. Sometimes he'll get into an AI loop where you can just reflect back 8 damage at him at a time, and that's kind of fun to do. There's this guy that's been kind of watching us this whole time. His name's Megiddo. And he just wants to see how strong we are.
Helping hand!
Sometimes I do as much damage to him as I can before I take the death here.
Helping hand!
Okay, I got 42 left. Alright, now I can just hold the button and...
Watch this! Burning arrow!
Reflector!
Burning arrow!
Come here.
Reflector!
Watch this!
You only have to do 500 damage to him,
Burning arrow!
and then the fight will end.
Watch this!
Okay, the fight ended right when I jumped in his face there. And I don't think I took damage from those roses. Those roses are dangerous. They can stack if you jump really close and just eat your entire HP and spirit bar because they're neutral damage. And that was area 5. So if we had not died, there would have been a cutscene right there that brings you to fight the Reaper. And again, that takes too much time to avoid that, so we just died instead.
Reflector!
Okay, good, the roses did no damage to me. I was like, I'm pretty sure the fight ended beforehand. We wait there 1 second and
Reflector!
do that just to save that. We got 2 walkers here. Got 1 fast one and 1 slow one, and we're just gonna lure. Oh, they're doing a Gatling gun. That's good. So we can do some damage on them there. Just lure them to the edge here.
Reflector!
Ooh, double Gatling gun. Thank you. That just takes a little bit less time than shooting them rapidly and hoping that they fall off the ledge that's hidden over there still. Oh, that one jumped down. Dang. Double Gatling. Thank you. And it, of course, oh, it killed both of them. Sweet. So this fight can get annoying because they can just not cooperate, and their feet do neutral damage to you, so you can very quickly lose a lot of HP and spirit there. So I like this part here, so I can just regain my spirit by absorbing a little bit. And now we're at this hallway where you have to crouch dash. Only point of the game where you have to crouch dash, so you don't take damage from the falling rocks. So here we meet Hal, or Har. Kind of goes by both names.
Yes. This looks like...
And he's going to summon another guardian angel for us to fight. This is a 2-headed trash compactor dragon. Here's the dragon. He's ravenous, by the way. So a lot of first-time players will not realize how to damage this boss, because it's kind of vague. That text box I skipped beforehand kind of gives a hint on how to defeat him, but it's otherwise pretty vague. What you want him to do is grab enemies of the opposite color than what his wings currently are, and he will eat them. There can be 3 enemies up on screen at a time, and he can eat up to 4 per round. You need to do, each enemy does 30 damage, so you need to do 10 enemies total. So you want to do a pattern of like a combination of like 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 3-3-4, something like that. 3 rounds is the minimum you can defeat him in. You can prevent him from going for the same color enemy, because that will like heal him, I believe. I actually haven't had him eat the same color enemy in so long, I actually forget what it does. You can get rid of them by shooting them out of his hands before they start spinning. So when the enemies start like spinning around, they're part of the background and you can't shoot him out anymore. So it's just down to, this is again almost an auto-scroller because it's kind of down to the boss here when he decides to eat. This whole time he'll be shooting things at you of whatever current element he is. So we just need to get 3 here. With the grabby hands, grab it, thank you. And then the rest of it is just kind of reducing lag and reducing the amount of enemies on screen. There isn't as much lag in this version as the Saturn version, thankfully. So here I just kind of want to defeat... He is squishing. Once he starts squishing as well, he will not grab any more enemies. And you can tell when he's squishing is when that animation in the back is going on. And the lights on his back are also flashing. So he has multiple attacks that, you know, one ground explosion attack, those slow-moving, homing ball thingies, the explodey ball thingies, and then this ring, which doesn't do damage, but it reduces your jump. So 3 more enemies here, and he'll be good to go. As a side note, you know, since we're all about saving the dogs, please feed your dog a good diet. There are many good brands of dog foods out there that you can find for quite cheap. And give your dog a long, healthy life. 1 more enemy, he's eating it now. Don't punch me. So until he starts squishing, we're just going to defeat the enemies that are on screen, and he's squishing. We're going to stand in the middle here so that we end it kind of where the game takes us normally. There we go. Oh, it's Zohar again. So here is what I like to call the ending path split point. There's going to be a 2-minute timer for this boss, and if you do not defeat Zohar in 2 minutes, you will go on to what I like to call sort of the easy path. Back here.
Get away from me! Reflector!
But of course, waiting 2 minutes takes 2 minutes, but beating Zohar takes less than 2 minutes. That's meh.
Reflector!
Come here. Come here and get down here. Okay, I can't. There we go. This is taking a little bit longer than usual because I didn't grab them at the start. And they are just flying around everywhere, please. Controller? Controller? Sorry about this. This is not going as smoothly as I would like it to. Especially because Zohar keeps changing size on me. I'm just gonna chase him down. There we go. Okay, that was pretty messy. Didn't get the juggle at all, and they kept changing sides, and I had to avoid those reflector things because they will reflect your own shots. Zohar, Pathos Zohar is definitely a really good track in the game. We don't actually get to hear my favorite song in the game because we don't fight that boss. That's the boss we would fight if we had run out if we had just waited out the timer here. But again, it's, you know, if you do it right, it's faster to go to this boss instead. So we're actually starting Cypher Zohar on Silhouette side, which is rare. So, again, Zohar has 2 sides. This is where, this boss, this whole ending part here is kind of where the US version shows its difficulty. Because you can never not absorb spirit from Zohar. So if you enter this fight with low spirit, you're gonna have a hard time. Because you will not be able to restore spirit, because there's no drops, no nothing in this fight. It's better to take an HP death, but you know, if you've gotten this far and you have no continues left, you will get a game over. And you cannot continue. At half health, Zohar's pants fly off and start flying around the screen doing damage to you. That's fine. In fact, I would prefer to die for the next boss. Okay, we got pants lasers coming out of the back now. So I will dodge those, and I will take the HP hit of falling off the platform. Alright. a turbo controller, which I don't have on the PS2, or PS1 for that matter, you can defeat Zohar in, or if you smash really well, you can defeat Zohar in 2 cycles. So a cycle being a whatever transformation they do. So the first one that you start off with, please auto-fire and aim correctly. Just because of the rate of the bullets will do that much damage. Without it, it takes usually 4 cycles to do. Just because your rate of damage is that much lower without either mashing or, you know, having a turbo control. Turbo is allowed for this speedrun to save your hands. Because there is a lot of text mashing, and it does help with bosses, so. But I've never tried turbo with PS2, because I don't have a controller for it. So anyway, we defeated Zohar. Zohar dies because of math. We get a final shop here if you want to take it. We're not going to take it. Now for the final not final text mashing, but most important text mashing. We don't want to take the good ending because that takes longer. So I'm just going to mash the cancel button here to get to the choice. I'm going to do that. Skip the cutscene. So if we choose the left option, we'll be heading to the good ending. There's 2 bosses there. One's an auto scroller. One just takes a while depending on how well you do on the auto scroller. And it's also a lot harder and a lot more annoying.
You're of no use.
On the other hand, fighting Megiddo here is really easy. Same fight as before. For the first half, at least.
Burning arrow!
He completely missed me, okay.
Surprise!
Don't throw me.
Watch this!
I want those spirits.
Burning arrow! Burning arrow! Burning arrow! Watch this!
Sorry for that noise. If you grab him and throw him, he has a very high chance of doing that rose move, and I do not want to lose my weapon at this point. I don't think I mentioned it before, but if you drop to 0 spirit and you have multiple weapons, you will lose whichever weapon you currently have equipped.
Watch this! Watch this! Burning arrow!
He is being so rude right now. I said to get him down to 500.
Watch this!
510.
Burning arrow!
504. Oh, there we go. So here's the second half of the fight. He's gonna go berserk. Oh, he's reflecting it. Okay, just to be safe, I am switching my weapon here. Okay, I'm gonna take an HP death. HP death? Nope, come on. Attack me. Thank you. So, his trick is he reflects all of your attacks when he is not attacking. And time. Okay. He reflects all your attacks when he is not attacking, which can get really annoying. We use the parasite bomb there because you are invulnerable while it goes off. And it just does constant damage to him with both of your weapons. Phew, that was fun. So, TLDR, the bad ending is you don't restore the world to the way it was before the calamity that made everybody into Silhouette and Mirage. But I think you'd kind of decide that, you know, instead of sacrificing yourself or using the Edo system or whatever to make that happen, you can just find your own way to do it. Thank you all for watching. We'll let the ending cutscene play. I'm sure that's okay while they set up, because I know we were kind of ahead in general, but the funny thing about the ending cutscenes is the bad ending has the nice happy music, and the good ending has the sad music. It looks like my time on stream was a 42:04, which is pretty good. Sure. Well, thank you all for watching, first off. I know a lot of people enjoyed this at SGDQ and enjoyed in all the marathons I've run it in. I always say, please play this game. Not enough people have played it, and it's a very solid, very difficult game, very fun to play. And the price is kind of starting to inch up there, so if you want to get a copy of it, I recommend getting it now, because retro game prices are kind of going on an upward trend, and they aren't coming back down. Yeah, this is one of the cheaper Working Designs games at about $60 to $80. So it's good one. Saturn version's around the same. You know, there's easy ways to play Japanese Saturn games on a US system. But yeah, please play this game. It is an underrated gem from Treasure that everybody forgets about. It's a lot of fun. I'm writing a guide for the speedrun, so if you want to learn the speedrun, that'll be up soon-ish. And shoutouts to the rest of the community, which is Shentalk and Chaos42666. Only other two runners of the game right now. We got 3 people total. We're all very nice. So thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.